I guess we are now officially live. What's going on? I'm going to start this a few minutes early to let people kind of trickle in and make themselves at home. If you're watching this after the fact and you missed the live stream, that is okay. This is going to be a pretty long video. Feel free to, skip around if you want to watch the whole thing. That's awesome. But I have a ton of records to unbox. I've been waiting to unbox these for months and months. I've probably forgotten about a lot of these that I've ordered. But here we are. So we're going to do the first live stream from the Pacific Northwest in a long time. Let me rephrase that. First live stream in a long time. First one from the Pacific Northwest. Very excited to do this and chat with you guys. So feel free to leave comments in the chat as we go through this. I am going to respond to some of it, but there are so many records to unbox. My goal is to do this all in one live stream, but I don't know if I can do that. So if there's enough people that stick around through the live stream, we'll just power through. If it starts to trickle down, we might break this into two. Who knows? People are saying that my voice is husky. I don't think the voice is husky. It just might be the mic is a little weird. But can you guys hear me in the chat? If you guys think it sounds good, give me a little thumbs up. And we'll begin in just about 2 minutes. I just want to give people... The people are saying that the audio is messed up. That's not good. Let me see if I can fix this. Hold on. There would be an issue, of course. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, my voice shouldn't be super deep. Not unlistenable, but not my normal tone. I wonder what the issue is, because the mic's just plugged in as normal. Okay, well, you know what, guys? If it sounds fine, I say we just go with it, as long as it's not like James Earl Jones status, where I'm just extremely, sound like I'm trying to hide my identity. That's not good. Like Burl Ives, that's so funny. Alright, well, you know what? As long as it's clear and you can hear what I'm saying in this video, we'll just go with me having a deeper voice, which is fine. I say we get started. We got 73 people here, which is awesome. 76. This is really cool. Again, if you're watching this later, I hope you enjoy. If you're watching it now, feel free to leave a comment in the chat. And if you want me to stop what I'm doing and answer your question, leave a super chat. You guys are cracking me up about this voice thing. All right, I can't wait to hear it later. Let's go. Let's just dive in. Like I said, I don't know what some of these are. It's been a while. Shout out to the old Too Many Records, box cutter. If I can get through this. Hey, Travis. Thank you. Welcome. I don't know what's going on with the vocals. Some people say it's fine. Some people say it's not. We're just gonna roll with it because I don't know how to troubleshoot it in the middle of it happening. So, get used to this deep voice, Matt. Saying my mic is cutting out too. I certainly hope not. I wonder if I just turn it down a little bit. I don't know if that's going to do anything. This shoddy thing right here. Alright. Well, let's play it by ear. Alright, guys. So, opening the first one right here. Let's see how many terrible records I got, says Eric. Alright, so the first record of the stream is... nice. Regina Spektor, live in London. Regina Spektor is one of my favorite female vocalists. I think that she sounds unique enough to really stand out amongst a lot of indie pop artists that kind of have a similar sound. She definitely has some sort of gift that some do not. I love her voice. I love her lyrics. And I only have one of her records. It's escaping me right now, the name of it. It's the one with Fidelity. Her big one, Born to Live? No, that's not right. It's something, I can't remember. But this is her live in London. And this was actually, I believe this is out of print. And I was able to snag it on Discogs for face value only like a month or two ago. So, yeah, so excited about that. I have a box right here that I'll be putting the records in, and I have no idea what I'm going to do with these mailers. I feel like I'm going to just chuck them casually back there and hope it works out. All right, let's keep going. All right, and we all know how bad I am at this part. This is going to be me trying to open these, and sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. So let's find out. All right, what else do we have here? Okay, I actually have a slightly controversial opinion on this one, so let's talk about it. This is Mort Garson's Plantasia. Plantasia is a really awesome Moog synthesizer album. It's very warm and welcoming. It's supposed to be music for your plants to appreciate, and this was out of print for a very long time, and then last year it got like 85 million reissues on different labels and different all sorts of I keep getting distracted by the comments about the voice. This is great. Whatever. I'm just gonna deal with it. So this is actually the second time they did a wave of represses, and what they did for this one, which I'm a little annoyed about, is they sold out all the regular pressings, and then they announced they were doing one. Let me read you the hype sticker real quick. It says it is 2 LP, 45 RPM, audiophile version cut from the newly discovered original master tape. So they did a whole run without the master tapes, and then they did a second run with the master tape, so it sounds better. I can't help but feel like that's a cash grab. It was a little shady of Sacred Bones to do that, but I love this record and I wanted the best sounding record, so I got the version from the tapes. But man, what a strange thing for a label to do. To I feel like if they did that concurrently with other releases, people would have still bought variants. But the fact that they discover the masters later, not great. All right, let's keep going. Let's see, guys. There's so many records in here. I don't even remember what most of these are. Some of these are pre-orders dating back a year. So I guess we will see. Nick, gotta take off soon. Wanted to make sure you sent some support my way. Aw, thanks, man. Enjoy your new home in Portland. I will. Thank you so much, Nick. I'm glad that you got to stop by. I really appreciate your support always, man. You're a true friend. So this album is one I am extremely excited about, and I'm a little burnt on what I paid for it, but let's talk about it. This is Natalia Laforcade. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I'm probably not. This is her album Musas, Volume 1. She is a Mexican singer-songwriter, and this is one of the best albums of the year, without a doubt. It had a limited press, and it sold out very, very quickly. I missed it because I didn't know she existed at the time. And there was a recent restock, but it's all coming from Mexico. So shipped, this ended up costing about $80 still. That being said, I see now that the people that are listing it on Discogs are listing more copies that are like $5 or $10 less than what I paid, even though it's the same seller. So I feel like if I waited, I would have not been burned on that last 10. That being said, if you guys like singer-songwriter stuff, I don't speak Spanish fluently at all. Very, very basic knowledge. And the music is just so beautiful that you don't need to understand it. So this is a great album, and it was going for about 200 plus before this recent crop came up. I don't know if there's plans for a repress, so if you do listen to it and like it, I would jump on ones available on Discogs now, because I feel like this is only going to get harder to find. Musas. Very, very good. Freddie says I did good with the pronunciation, so I practiced for hours before this stream, and luckily I didn't botch it, guys. Alright, let's keep going. Barry White going through puberty. That's hilarious. All right, it's gonna be a mailer junkyard back there. All right, what do we have here? I love when they make them so intense. Oh, I know what this is. This is from our friends at Needle Juice Records. I've actually been very, very excited to get these in the mail. Well, one of them I don't know, and the other one I do. So, the one I don't know is Flummox. I know Flummox from this label. Pretty cool experimental stuff. This is In Hindsight. I guess it's on blue vinyl with red and orange splatter, so very cool. Needle Juice always does a great job with their colors and their variants, so that was awesome. But how about this one? Oasis by Cat Corp. If you guys know me, you know I love vaporwave, and in the vaporwave scene, Cat Corp is absolutely my favorite artist, without a doubt. Oasis is one of his best records, and Needle Juice has been working really hard to press a lot of his stuff on vinyl, which is great because I have the cassette tape of this, but I would really love to spin this more than I would to play it on my Walkman. So Oasis is so cool. That's actually a little bump on the top. I don't know if you can see that, but that's okay. Let's take a look at this variant real quick. I think some of these are going to be cool variants. I will pop them open. I don't want to waste too much time staring at this, but let's see. Android Matte. It's so weird. Everyone's saying my voice sounds different. Some people are saying it's fine. So maybe I'm going through puberty, guys. Give me a break. I did say Walkman. Oh, that is pretty. Hold on, I need to get this some light. Oh yeah, yep. Some of my favorite kind of variants. These kind of like creepy looking eyeballs. Then when you put it under light, it looks really cool. This is one of them. So Needle Juice again knocked it out of the park. Beautiful color. This is one of the prettiest records I've ever seen, without a doubt. Love this. So, cool. I'm going to spin this probably later tonight. This is one of the ones I've been most excited for. Let's get more Cat Corp on vinyl. If you're listening to this and you make records, even though I also press records, but someone's got to do Sandra Wave. That album is just iconic. So let's do it. All right. Why are there records on the floor back there? Because I haven't finished organizing, guys. I just moved. The fact that there's even a couple shelves full is incredible. All right, what do we have here? This is kind of a thin mailer. I'm always afraid with thin mailers that when I use this guy, I'm going to just... Yes, guys, I know. There's... Ignore my deep voice and just appreciate the beautiful... Luke, I am your father. That should be a good soundbite to take later, right? At the end of all this stream, we're just going to make jokes about how deep my voice is. I love the comment earlier someone made about that sounded like a Winklevoss twin. Oh, you guys are killing me. How do you open this? This is like a prison. I think I have to like slice it again. I feel like I'm doing surgery. I appreciate the attention to packaging, but whew. This is sometimes... I'm not a surgeon, you know? This will be available to watch again in all of the Deep Voice glory if you cannot stay, but I hope you do. Alright, this is Nine Inch Nails live at K-Rock, the almost acoustic Christmas show. I'm not sure what year this is from. This is quite obviously a bootleg. But I have actually read some responses about this record in particular, and it's a good sounding bootleg, which is awesome. Look at this track list. Like, if you're a Nine Inch Nails fan, you know that this track list is just basically some of their best songs. And I can't wait to spin this. Big fan of the band, and there's not a bad song on this list, so I couldn't help myself. Someone actually posted this in the Too Many Records group, and it sent me down a rabbit hole trying to find it, and I did. So, let's see. Okay, here's one. I didn't know if this was actually a record or not, because the box was so big, but it was a box within a box, and the box was open, so I took a little peek. I'm actually not sure I'm not sure what this record is. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. But I took it out and I'm unfamiliar with it. It looks kind of cool from the cover. Oh, hold on. Before we get into this, Frank Weichman, the king, for the ear, nose, and throat appointment to fix your voice. Well played, Frank. Well played. Yes, I think my voice will be fixed literally the next time you guys hear me. But, so yeah, let me get back to this real quick. I got this record. I didn't know what it was. I'm not super familiar with what it's called or anything about it, but it's called Blonde. Blonde. I don't know if it's German. It appears to be on XL, the label, which is a pretty good label. As you can see here on the bottom. I'm not sure what kind of music it is. Maybe it's metal, perhaps country. But it seems cool, and I'm definitely going to have to give this a listen. Hopefully I like the music. If not, I'll probably just give it to my local Goodwill or something, so somebody can appreciate Blonde if I can't. But this gentleman looks quite sad, and I guess I'll have to give it a listen. But yeah, I'll put this down in the bin, and we can just keep going, folks. You all know how excited I am about that, for the record. I've been waiting forever to unbox that. All right, boom. Here we go. This is Halloween. I actually don't need to do a deep voice, apparently, if my voice is messed up, so I could just say it normally. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Does it sound like the song from this? This is the new Nightmare Before Christmas Mondo pressing. Great soundtrack. I'm a huge fan of it. My girlfriend's a huge fan of it. And I just knew this was a must-have with how beautiful these colors were. Let's actually take a quick look. You guys haven't seen it yet. It's super cool. I know there was a picture disc a while ago that existed. And, picture discs are hit or miss for me. I don't usually jump for joy at them. But I love all the people that are like, it's Frank Ocean. Guys, I know, I was doing a bit. It was a bit. So the first one is this really cool clear and black kind of pinstripe situation. And I haven't got to read reviews of this yet, but honestly, Mondo presses are so hit or miss lately, sound quality wise. I hope that this isn't riddled with ticks and pops. The second one, oh, that's really cool. It's like this kind of greenish, purplish, bluish haze. So, very, very good soundtrack. I think this should be in anyone's collection. And this version, I just could not pass up on when I saw it. So, yeah. All right, everyone who comes in and mentions the voice, I need there to be an ambassador in the chat who can explain what's going on with my voice. Because I don't even know. All right, let's keep going. This is Halloween. Alright. I gotta say shout out to Adam. Thank you for this box cutter. Do you know how many boxes this thing has opened since you sent this to me in California years and years ago? Unbelievable. Alright. This needs a little extra. Oh yeah, so this is really cool. This is an artist, his name is Mono Neon. And this album is called Living the Best and Worst Life at the Same Damn Time. Look at this guy. This guy is literally living his best life. Mono Neon is considered to be one of the best bassists alive right now, but most people don't know him. He, I think, was a bassist for Prince for a little while. I could have that fact totally wrong, but this is... I think his second most recent album, and it was pressed through Digger's Factory, and I grabbed a copy because some cool, funky, experimental bass music is really awesome. And his earlier records went for a lot of money, so I didn't want to miss the boat and get deeper into Mono Neon. So if you haven't heard Mono Neon yet, give it a shot. Is it possible to get a hold of my t-shirts? The t-shirts are unfortunately sold out for now, but if there's enough interest, we could always do another run on another color at some point. All right. Oh, you got to see Mono Neon play? That's awesome. Wait, Mono Neon collabed with Madlib? Yeah, okay. I guess more people know him than I think. But I'm glad that he's getting the recognition his talent deserves. All right. Let's keep going. Yeah, Colin's right. 229 viewers, 31 likes. Hit the like button, folks. It's so YouTube thinks that you actually like this stuff. And I hope you do. This is fun. I haven't done a live stream in a very long time, so gotta be careful I don't hit the speaker. This is a vinyl digital pickup. As you guys know, I love lo-fi hip-hop. This is Lo-Fi Samurai Growth. Just a really chill, good lo-fi hip-hop album. I feel like you can never have too many. I have a whole cube full of them, but it's still not enough. So, yeah, a little growth for you. Lo-Fi Samurai. I also just love that name. Rolls off the tongue. It is a lovely cover. I agree. What do we have here? This looks like another Digger's Factory purchase, but I'm trying to remember what it was. Did you see that? I just got whacked in the throat by this invoice. Unbelievable. If I can get it out of this bubble wrap prison. Okay, this is actually cool. This is Radnor and Lee. If you recognize Radnor, do you recognize that face from a little show called How I Met Your Mother? Yeah, that's Josh Radnor, aka Ted Mosby, and he actually has a very good folky music project. It's not as good and beautiful as Kings of Convenience, but it's kind of a similar vibe, just a nice two guys singing, harmonizing folky music, and yeah, it's really good. And I listened to a couple tracks, and I grabbed this because I wanted to support the artist. I like when an artist does something when an actor does something that's a musical side project and it's actually good. Oh, I missed a super chat. God damn, that Frank Ocean jaw is still on the floor. Yeah, I couldn't believe I tracked down Blonde, and I will tell you, I ended up getting it for about half of what it goes for now. I got extremely lucky, even though I still regret passing on it for $50 back in the day. But yeah, Radnor and Lee. If you guys like folk or How I Met Your Mother, it's worth a shot. I have a feeling I know what this one is. So let's open it and find out if I'm correct. There's something soft in here, like a t-shirt. And I believe there's only one t-shirt bundle I've ordered in the past year. And I think it is. The Serpentine Prison. This is my boy, Matt Berninger. What do you guys think? Look at me, I'm a t-shirt guy. Hey. I'm walking here. Alright, yeah, this is very soft. I like when the t-shirt pre-orders are soft. Throw that over here. But this is something I've been very excited to listen to because this is Matt Berninger's Serpentine Prison. The lead singer of The National did a solo project this year. I'm doing my side note. If you didn't know, I'm doing my my top 10 albums of the year on Wednesday. The video is all done, ready to go. Does Matt Berninger make the list? I think you'll have to wait to find out. But let's pop open this deluxe pre-order that I got. All right. Oh boy, there's a lot of things in here. Hold on. All right. All right, let's go through this. So, with a separate signed jacket, which I love. I love Matt's signature. I bought something of his that was signed a while ago, and I saw that dot, and I was like, oh man, he left a little mark that shouldn't be there. But that's just the way he signs things, which is cool. It's a nice little touch. So this makes I like this Mount Rushmore of, I guess, all the collaborators on the album, I'm assuming. Very cool. Holy crap, though. Whoa! I am blown away by packaging on this deluxe. I can't know. Yeah, you definitely can tell. It's like a snakeskin slipcase, which makes sense for Serpentine Prison. Hey, the person that just says The National sucks. you can leave this live stream if you'd like. You're not welcome here. The best band ever, actually. But yeah, Serpentine Prison. I'm really excited to hear this deluxe version because it has a whole bunch of extra tracks. I think about 8 extra tracks, and 6 of them, I believe, are covers, and then 2 more originals. So very, very excited to kind of dive in and listen to the album in full, because I've only heard the digital version as of now. So very excited to dive deep into the Serpentine Prison. You made it! Grapefruit plus soda. What's up? Welcome. Let's just keep going, guys. We definitely have a lot more to get through. And a special shout out right now to Roland. I don't know if he's in here yet. He said he was going to be running late. He's the guy that was hoarding all of these records for me while I was making my move. Without him, these would have been lost to the ether. So I thank him profusely for making this live stream happen. So thank you, Roland. Let's keep this train rolling, though. See what I did there? Okay, here we go. So I have a couple stragglers from Sly Vinyl. As you guys know, check this out. Hold on, too much going on. As you guys know, my boy Richard Houghton released an excellent album this year called Sailing Through Rainbows of Sound. These are 2 of the variants. These are not the Wax Mage. I got the Wax Mage, but then these I got separately. So the Wax Mage is one of the coolest looking records I've ever seen. And this is the standard blue and I guess the blue marble, I believe. It's just, Richard is so good at music, guys. If you guys follow my record label, you know that I pressed his A Cosmic Gift record, Field Notes. But like Richard, he just keeps pumping out the best music, album after album after album. And yeah, I'm so stoked. And also it came with the Richard slip mat, which is cool. I don't use this slip mat on my Clearaudio, but this is possibly frameable. Who knows? There's wall space. Let me see what's going on. Recap thus far after this one. I can't do a recap. There's too much to get through. We're trying to do this in under 2 hours if possible. So you'll have to go back and watch because this is going to be saved on the channel. Oh yeah. Sly Vinyl did an excellent pressing of L1011. That's true. My thoughts on Taylor Swift's Coney Island. Honestly, Taylor Swift's Coney Island is my favorite track from all of the Folklore Evermore sessions. I think it's just beautiful, it's emotional, and of course it's a collaboration of Matt Berninger, or the whole band, but Matt's vocals and Taylor for the first time, which I thought was pretty cool. This right here is an album that I was told to listen to, and I bought it on a whim because it was about to go out of print, and I wanted to get it before it did. It's by the Koreatown Oddity, Little Dominique's Nosebleed. Someone was comparing it to kind of like an Andre 3000 flow, and that's kind of what sold me on the interest for it. I haven't even heard a single track from this. This is the limited red version. If you guys know this album, is it good? Was this a good buy? I hope so. I mean, I'm a huge hip hop fan, so I wanted to support this artist, and yeah, I apparently it's great. So I can't wait to hear it for the first time on the turntable with these badass new speakers I got, which I'll show you guys more of in the room tour in a few months. Did my Matt Berninger record arrive in good shape? Yeah, it looks like it's in good shape. I haven't done a full deep dive on it, but it looks good on first view. Awesome. Everyone's saying this is a great buy. So if you don't know this, Little Dominique's Nosebleed, get a listen, because apparently it's great. Guys, there's still so many records on the floor. It's actually comical. So I hope you guys have gotten yourselves a nice drink or a little snack, because we're going to be here for a little while. And I hope that you tuck yourselves in for a nice, comfortable live stream. All right, we got another massive Grail alert right here. This is a record that I owned once upon a time. I got it for face value, and then I traded it on Reddit, I think over a year ago. And then I really regretted the trade, and I was able to find it again for not a terrible price. This is Bucket List Project by Saba. So Saba is one of the best current rappers in the game right now. Saba's Bucket List Project is my favorite of his releases. I know he kind of hit a little more mainstream with Care For Me. After Vinyl Me Please did their pressing of it, it kind of propelled him into the public consciousness. And I think that is a very good album. But this one in particular is like a 10 out of 10. It's probably one of my favorite hip-hop albums of the past 10 years. And this is, it's on like a purpley, it's on purple vinyl, which is cool. But if you look at the prices of this record now on Discogs, you're gonna laugh out loud. It's quite absurd. Just how expensive this record has gotten. I think last time I looked, it was like $700, maybe more. But Saba is so talented, one of the best Chicago MCs, without a doubt. And Bucket List Project is just such a good record. So, excited about that. I have another record somewhere in this stack. That's another one that I had and traded, and I got back for a fair price. I'm excited to pull that one up for you guys as well. But let's see what's going on. What did I cop the Saba for? I got it for $200, which I know is a lot, but it's also, like I said, it goes for about $700-800 sometimes now, at least $5. So I think it was a good buy. I regretted trading my first one. Here we go. Here comes Ryan with the Killjoy comment. No, I'm just kidding, Ryan. It's gone for a max of $300, but on eBay I saw one go for more, I think. That being said, I'm still really happy with my purchase, and I know that it's only going to appreciate in value, so it's not like it was a bad purchase. If there ever is a repress, it'll probably be on standard black. And this is Tickets to My Downfall by Machine Gun Kelly. This is an excellent pop punk record that I've actually been listening to fairly nonstop since it came out. I'm not going to say too much about this album because I do talk about this in the Wednesday video to some capacity. What capacity it is, you'll have to wait and find out. But this is the limited Black Smoke Marble record, and this album is pure fun. It is just pure fun. Really love it. Alright, let's see what else we got in here. Okay. This one I'm actually not allowed to talk about yet because it's an embargo. I apologize, so we'll have to move past that. As soon as I can, I'll share that, but it is a release that is not publicly consumable yet. There might be a few of those in here, so I need to hold my horses. Forget Me Too is an absolute slap. What a song. Halsey kills it. So here's a throwback if you guys were fans of early Fueled by Ramen. I went down a rabbit hole with my old roommate before I left New York, and we were playing YouTube videos of songs that we liked back in high school that have stuck with us, and he pulled up a song from this band, The Cab, from the album Whisper War. This is an album that features a bunch of guys from the scene. I think some of the guys from Panic at the Disco, I think some of the guys from Fall Out Boy are on here. But this is just kind of like a synthy pop punk record that is pretty nostalgic. And also very hard to find, because I remember I looked it up when he pulled it up and I was like, wow, I wonder if these guys have a vinyl pressing. And they do, but it's been out of print for a very long time. And it just so happened I added it to my Discogs want list, and 1 week later, Amoeba Music's Discogs posted it for $40, and I grabbed it. But this is, this is a classic. This is very nostalgic. I haven't listened to the whole thing yet, obviously, because I just unboxed it, but I'm hoping that it hits as hard as it did back in high school. Not as nostalgic as Take This to Your Grave or From Under the Cork Tree or the first Panic at the Disco album, but definitely a solid addition, and I'm stoked I was able to find it. All right, guys, it's gonna be so nice to have all this space in this room once I'm done with this unboxing. Oh, that's not the right way to do that. That's incorrect. All right, Eric, you made a lot of really negative comments. This is all about the love, Eric. If you're going to be pretty negative in here, I'd appreciate to change the attitude, my man. Thank you. Thank you, Crow. Welcome. Yes. Have you guys ever heard of this record? This is a pretty obscure one. It's a little indie pop band called Fleetwood Mac. This is an album, Rumors. It's probably their best album. But the reason I purchased this is because back in the shelf, I have like a really beat up, like early pressing of this that's like probably VG. This is one that I bought because I had read on a vinyl forum that if you ordered this from Target, again, I am not perfect. If you guys remember, I do order stuff from big box stores occasionally. I also happen to support indie stores 100 times more often. But that being said, if you order this from Target, they would send you the one that was pressed at Palace. Palace is a pressing plant in Germany, and it is responsible for pressing a lot of the best sounding records in my collection, including Nirvana's Nevermind. So this, if you can see right here, pressed at Palace. It was like $18, and this is considered to be maybe the best sounding pressing of this album that exists. So I took a chance because it didn't say Preston Palace on the listing on the site, but people were saying they were ordering it and it was getting this. So yeah, I got the Palace version for $18. I think it's a great buy, especially for one of the best albums of all time. This is certainly an upgrade from my mediocre sounding version that I have. So that's exciting. This looks like a Crates mailer, and I'm familiar with that because I pressed so many records with them. Let's see what this is. Is anyone else kind of irked by this weird kind of material that's on some records? I don't even know. All right. Oh, I guess this is not a Crates mailer. I was wrong. These are two records from my buddy, the guy from Cat Corp I was just talking about, Jornt. I don't know how to pronounce his name, probably Jornt. He has a label called High Wraith Records, and this is all in Japanese. I cannot pronounce the name of it, but really good kind of cyberpunky, ambient, dreamscapey, dream punk, whatever all those vaporwave genres are. I really dig this record, and I don't know the name of it because it's in Japanese. But also, this guy is Lovers Entwined, The Way. This is a collaboration between Telepath, who is one of my top artists in the vaporwave scene, and I believe IKEA, I think. Possibly not, but it's a collaboration with him and I think a girl, maybe his girlfriend, I don't know. But really, really good. A little future funky at time, ambient at times. Just a beautiful album and very excited. This is Desert Sands or Warm Night. I didn't realize that was the same artist. I have a cassette of theirs. That's cool. Or he says, "You're the man." Too many records. You're the man. All right. Oh, this guy is. It's heavy though. Oh my goodness. Let's see what's in this big box. One can only guess, and by one, I mean me. All right, let's see, guys. I put Eric in timeout. It's fine. He'll be quiet for a little while. Oh, this is a lot of packaging, but not a lot of stuff. This must be protecting. What is this? Oh, I know what this is. This is another embargo record. Okay. Alright, folks. I'm sorry. This is another one that's going to have to wait until I'm allowed to talk about this. The pros and cons of being this channel is that sometimes I get a little sneak peek of stuff that I'm not allowed to talk about yet. But there's plenty of others to to dive into down here. We are, I gotta say, we have at least 30 more mailers. So strap in, folks. Lift the embargo. All right, we got 2 Vinyl Me Please records. Vinyl Me Please, the only vinyl record subscription club that has alienated all their fans by jacking their prices up to unbelievable levels. I'm not going to pronounce that right. I'm not even going to try. But Gabor Sabao, I'm never going to pronounce it right. But this is kind of really fun, jazzy, experimental, very dreamy, jazzy stuff. And I was turned on to this by someone who told me to listen to like the first track and I'll be sold, and I was. So this is a pressing they did. It's a pretty nice quality jacket. Hopefully it's an audiophile pressing to match, but this is a very, first of all, the cover is super cool. But Gabor Sabo. Anyway, you guys clearly know their work more than me, but this is a very great record, and I was very excited to dive into it on the turntable. With the one track I heard, Galatea's guitar, I was like, ooh, this is nice. So, very cool. And, of course, I got roped into their version of Sankonia, despite the fact that I have 2 copies in the shelf right there. This is their version. I think it's on a gray marble, white galaxy, something or other. Hopefully it sounds good. I kind of got I didn't swap because I missed the swap window. I don't need a 3rd copy of this record, even though I love this record. But yeah, so that's these guys. Let's keep going. Let's keep this train rolling. Thank you guys for coming here for this, by the way. I wasn't sure if this would be a big turnout, and as it is a huge turnout, I can tell, which is fantastic. So remember, if you would like to send your support to the channel and throw a super chat into the chat, there's a button on the bottom. I will stop what I am doing and answer your question because it pops up in a big neon next to me. So you don't have to. You can just sit here and appreciate the live stream, but if you want to support it, feel free. I always appreciate a good super chat. And let's see what we got here. Again, I just don't like these. Stop using them. They're unnecessary. Okay, this is a Crits one. This is another lo-fi hip-hop tape, Gaijin 2, Tale of Rae. There's actually, I think Gaijin 1 is somewhere here maybe, but Elliot Nang, I think his name is. Elijah Nang? What is his name? Elijah Nang, he did this kind of New Job Is inspired lo-fi hip-hop series about this guy, Gaijin. And this is a really good tape. I liked both of them. They were both Crates projects. And yeah, excited to listen. Guys, there's so many more to go through. We're making good time. What are we at right now? We're at 43 minutes? Oh, we're good. We're good. We're going to be able to crush this. No problem. No problem. All right, what do we have here? All right, we have King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. It's been a minute since I talked about them, right? This is their Live in San Francisco 2016. It's the deluxe edition. Ooh, this is going to be pretty, I can tell. So this outer bag is not quite giving the full extent of how gorgeous this is. I only picked this up. I didn't like the track list from their other live album, Chunky Shrapnel. I thought it was a bunch of tracks that weren't my favorite, but this track list is from like the heyday of seeing King Gizzard live, in my opinion, and some very, very good stuff on here. But let's look at this. Ooh, yeah, we got a nice holographic jacket. The whole thing. It's like my Boxer Live in Brussels jacket, just rainbow foil everywhere. But yeah, I mean, Robot Stop, Gamma Knife, People Vultures, I'm in Your Mind, Cellophane, The River, and then it ends with Head on Pill, which is one of their best jams ever. Yeah, very excited to give this a spin. I saw King Gizzard live twice. Once was in a tiny, tiny club in LA, and the other time was at a bigger venue in San Diego. And these guys just rip. No matter where you see them, they just rip. And yeah, I'm excited to own this limited deluxe Oh, wait, it's also on a Starburst. Let's look at the Starburst. Let's see what the Starburst looks like. Did I like the new King Gizzard? Which one? There's so many new King Gizzards. I've actually been having trouble keeping track. Oh, that's boring. Is that the Starburst? That looks like mixed marble. That looks like a recycled record. Is that the only... Is the other one better color? That would be extremely disappointing if that's the case. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty lame. Pretty lame. I've seen Starbursts that are really beautiful, and this kind of is a phoned in. I would almost say this is just recycled, like mixed color vinyl. That's the cheapest option at Pressing Plant. I don't know though, but not ideal. Yes, this will be on YouTube later if you miss it, so you will be able to catch up on everything that you missed. But right now, this is the only way to get the chats in. All right, let's keep this rolling. Nice. I own the original of this, but this is one of my favorite albums. This actually almost made my top 100 list that I did the other year. The series of 25 videos. I forgot how many it was. This is the 15-year anniversary pressing of Phantoms. Gatefold this time, unlike the first one, but Bad Timing Records did this, and this is one of the best pop punk albums of all time. Unfortunately, their two follow-up albums were average, and they waited about 10 years to release their next one, and then a couple years for the one after that. But this album is a 10 out of 10, and if you like pop punk and you don't know this album, please listen to it. You will be literally hooked in a single song. They're that good, and I stand by that 100%. So excited to have another variant of that with a nice gatefold jacket, which is always cool. All right, let's keep this going. You're gonna miss the deep voice Matt after this. Is it still deep voice, guys? Am I still? Someone said that it got fixed when I got hit in the throat by the invoice, but what percentage of the collection is on my to-spin list? That's a good question. I mean, probably like 20%, give or take. I got a lot to spin. So this right here is a lathe cut. It's probably not going to sound too great, but it's called Vapor Yay. It's basically some interpolations of some Kanye stuff mixed with Vaporwave. It's not the best music, to be completely honest, but it is a cool novelty. It's a lathe, so it's going to be pretty bad sounding because I don't think this was done by Tangible Formats. It's probably done by one of the cheaper ones, is my assumption. But I thought the artist did something cool with this, and the art is just super cool, super vaporwavy. The Graduation Bear, or I guess just the Kanye Bear in general. So this is cool. All right, we finished one side, kind of. Oh, I have a... Oh, Ryan, you're going to like this one. Let's do a little 7-inch, break up the action, right? It's a little 7-inch action. This is... one of the 7-inches in the 7-inch series by the boy... Porter Robinson, and this is the song Mirror. I've really loved all the songs that he's put out from the upcoming album. This is one of them. Porter Robinson is one of my top artists. Not so much the virtual self stuff, the other project he does, but Worlds in particular is just an album that's extremely important to me. I got to see that live show, and it was... The live show for Worlds, I saw it at Coachella. It was in a tent, and I remember I wasn't sure what to expect, and all of a sudden there were like 16 screens that popped up above me, on the side of me, and in front of me, and he flooded it with light, and he played through his whole album, and the energy was just infectious. It's got to be a top 15, top 10 show of all time. So huge fan of Porter, and I'm excited to see what's next. Oh, we got more hiding over here. I forgot. There were these dang mailers are everywhere. All right. What do we got here? We got a guy that can't open packages properly, folks. All right. This is a flimsy mailer. Yes. Yes. A recent obsession musically that I am way late on the game for. This is Billy Talent. Billy Talent is a Canadian punk band. The vocalist sounds a little bit like Billie Joe Armstrong, but the music is just so much better than most of Green Day stuff. This is Billy Talent's first album. They're self-titled, and this is the limited to 1,000 copies on transparent vinyl, which is cool. MOV number as usual. Man, this band does not miss. I've heard 3 of their albums now, and all of them are excellent. The second one just got a repress recently as well. But yeah, this is a great record, and I'm stoked to own it. I have this one now. I have the second one incoming, and then I have the latest one, Afraid of Heights. But their other records are still pretty hard to find. I think there's 2 other ones possibly. Oh, this one's heavy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. What do we have here? Oh! I can do curls with this. All right. I think I have a feeling what this is. If I'm correct, I'll be excited. How does one even get this out? This is unbelievable. Oh, I'm an idiot. Used to slice the front open. I was trying to go from the sides. What a joke. Yep, this is what I thought it was. Presenting the Sade This Far box set. This is one of the ones I am most excited to unbox and spin. Sade has one of the smoothest voices in R&B. She is a queen, a legend. We stand Sade. The one thing I am worried about, well, first off, this is awesome because it contains 6 of her records, 2 of which are very out of print and go for easily over 100 per. The big concern I have is I have read horror stories about the QC for this box set. Defective records, really dirty records, stuff pressed into the records, warped records. Lots and lots and lots of issues with this one, apparently. But I'm going to give it a open. I don't know if I'll really get replacements because I don't know how that works with a box set that you don't buy from the official store. But I guess fingers crossed that it sounds good and there's no issues, especially with the hard-to-find records. Love Deluxe, and I think it's Lovers Rock. That's the other hard. Or maybe Stronger Than... No, I think Lovers Rock. But yeah, Sade rules. And then this one, I popped open because I wasn't sure if it was a record. Then I remembered what it was. And this is something I have wanted for a long, long time for novelty purposes. Will I ever listen to this? I don't think so. Maybe once. But this is something that you don't see every day. You don't see almost any day. And this will be proudly displayed in my videos if I can. Presenting the weirdest box set in the history of music. Maybe not true, but definitely up there. This is the Swiss Army Romance by Dashboard Confessional as a giant Swiss Army knife. All right, Eric, I'm kicking you out. You're being so negative, dude. Goodbye. I can't deal with it anymore. It's just so frustrating. Let's get back to the good stuff. So yeah, this actually unfolds. It's a bunch of 7-inches, and they unfold as knives. It's ridiculous. The thing is ridiculous. This shouldn't have ever existed, but it does exist. And each one has a 7-inch somewhere in there. Yeah, how do I store this? I mean, I got my drugs box set of Aphex Twin, so maybe this will have to go sit on top, maybe with this out. I'm gonna spin the 7-inches once just to hear if the songs sound better on 45. But This is something I've been looking for a long time. It almost never pops up for sale. It does have some wear if you look at it closely. The you know, it's seen better days. On the edges, there's some tears, but I got this for under $100, and the cheapest on Discogs right now is like 300 something. So I think I made a good choice. I passed on a copy at Amoeba Hollywood maybe 5 or 6 years ago. They had a copy for $75, but it was missing 2 of the 7-inches, and I was like, well, what's the point of that? Really, really stoked on this one. This is a very unique find. Let's keep it going though, shall we? What else we got? So this is something, sometimes I'll just go on Amazon warehouse deals and see what records are a little damaged and take a gamble on them. Because you can sometimes find things for very cheap, and this is one of them. Ulrich Schnaus, A Long Way to Fall, Rebound. It's a remastering of his own record, A Long Way to Fall, apparently done the way that he originally wanted it to be. I got this for like $13 shipped on Amazon, which is awesome because I think the only other copies were overseas for like at least $30 before shipping. I have the original version of this. Looks really clean too. A couple small creases, nothing bad. But I have the original version of it. I'm excited to hear this remaster and hear the way that I guess he intended on it from the start. If you don't know Ulrich Schnaus, A Strangely Isolated Place is one of my favorite ambient albums ever. But everything he has done is terrific. He's definitely one of the best to ever do it. And if you haven't dove into his discography, I would highly recommend doing so because it will only lead to positive rewards. All right, what else do we have? This is going to be a mess to clean up. This is going to be real. Oh, yeah. And this was, I think, the same night that I got the Ulrich Schnaus. I got this Cass McCombs Tip of the Sphere Deluxe Edition for like $8. Really not that damaged. It's a couple creases, light creases, but it's still sealed. Cass McCombs, one of the finest indie folk artists of the past 10 or 15 years. And this is the deluxe edition of the album. It has a nice kind of textured cover. If you guys haven't heard Cass McCombs, my high recommendation. His career is pretty lengthy, but you can't really go wrong with anything in his career. Oh my gosh, we have so much more to go. Have we reached the hour mark yet? We're almost at the hour mark. Are we still in? There's still actually an all-time high amount of people in here, so I say we just keep going. Why split it into 2? We're here. Let's see. I gotta get this room clean. It's just been full of mailers for too long. Let's do it. Oh, here we go. This is one I've been waiting for a while. This is the Bob Dylan Desire Super Vinyl. Guys, it's super! So I guess this is like a MoFi on crack, on steroids. It's apparently the finest vinyl materials. Yeah, apparently this is by far the best sounding version of this. I do think I have a setup that will justify getting something like this and hearing it and seeing if this is really worth the extra price. But Desire is such a good record, and honestly, I never appreciated it until I watched the documentary that of Dylan that just came out recently about the Rolling Thunder review. Some of those songs that are on here I kind of overlooked, but watching him perform them with the Rolling Thunder really breathed new life into them for me, and I re-listened to Desire, and it is a really, really good record past his prime. I mean, Hurricane and Isis are terrific, but One More Cup of Coffee is super underrated. Sarah is a great song. It's just this album in full is just really nice, and it's a really specific era of Dylan. So can't wait to give this a spin. Let me adjust this box a little bit. Don't want to crush my blonde, you know what I mean? All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. This is fun, guys. Are we having fun? I'm having fun. If you're new to the chat, don't forget you can leave a 99-cent super chat to say what's up. I don't mind. I'm not going to panhandle for your money, but if you want to provide it, I won't say no. Gotta stop. I hate these. I hate this. It provides so much waste. I don't know what to do with this. Make it go away. Oh yeah, so this is something my buddy turned me on to. It's a really nice atmospheric ambient record. It was Crates record. It's called Where the Crawfish Sing. Kind of like nature sounds, really pretty, really short. It was only like 23 minutes, but every track is really, really nice. And I wanted to support the artist on Crates because, when people support my stuff on Crates, it makes me really happy. So, yeah. I don't have too much to say about it, and it's a really good record. And if you hear it now, it's no longer for sale, which is a bummer. So hopefully you're not too broken up about it. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I went ham on this. I had a moment where I heard her music for the first time, and I was like, who is this? Biba Doobie. I'm sure you guys have heard Biba Doobie. She's kind of blowing up right now. And this is her album that just came out called Fake It Flowers. Really good kind of 90s inspired rock. Kind of like some of the bedroom poppy sad girl stuff that I really like. But also very like classic 90s. Like if you watch, she just did a performance of Care, the first song of this album, and it's shot just like a 90s MTV music video. It's super good, and I guess it looks like that's signed by her. That's a scribble, but that'd be cool if it was her signature. But I heard this and I went on Discogs to be like, okay, how many of her albums or EPs are out of print? And they were all pretty much out of print according to Discogs. But then I was smart and I did my research and I went to the label, and as it turns out, the ones that people were asking $80 to $100 for on Discogs were all still in stock at the label. So I ended up getting all the EPs that she's ever done because she's really talented and I want to support her. It's important to support artists, especially right now. They can't tour this year. This is the only way they can make money realistically, is through merch and streaming their music. So I now have everything Biba Doobie has ever done, and she rocks. So if you have not heard Biba Doobie, give it a listen. Is it Clairo? No. Actually, you know what? I am not a huge fan of Clairo. I like Diary, and that's about it. I feel like her other music to me is a little boring. That's a hot take. I know everyone loves Immunity, but for me, it didn't do it for me. I thought she had a really cool sound with Diary, and then it kind of got too overproduced with Immunity, but who knows? All right, what do we have here? Oh, this was a mystery box that I bought. Mystery box from Relapse Records. It was $25 for 5 albums. Not traditionally a label I buy from, but I thought this was a cool way to discover some music, and if I don't like them, I can always use them in trades down the road. I don't know. This is The Great Tyrant, The Trouble with Being Born. Assuming some kind of metal. Ooh, I like that cover a lot, though. That's cool. This is the story of a girl. This is Maruda Remains Dystopian. I can't get it. I'm too lazy. I don't know if I like any of this. Atriarch and Unending Pathway. Very metal. I guess these are all metal things. I'm getting more into metal, so this is a cool way to maybe dig in. Christian Mistress Possession. It's another cool cover. And the last one is Primitive Man and Unearthly Trance. Okay. I don't know any of these, so we will have to give some of them a listen and see if they pass the TMR seal of approval. You guys are asking a lot of questions right now. I'm just trying to plow through these unboxings so that if anyone watches this later, they're not going to be like, oh, 4-hour video. No, thank you. Oh, this is something I got without listening to a single track, just on concept alone. This is Awlee, A-W-L-E-E, H-W-L-E-E. This is the album 7. If you guys are video game fanatics like I am, you know this is the art from Final Fantasy VII for PlayStation. And this is a hip-hop record that is, I guess, inspired by FF7 or using beats sampling FF7. I'm not sure, but Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game of all time. So to fuse hip-hop and FF7 in one thing, I bought it without even thinking about it. So even if it's horrible, I'm still going to enjoy it because it is a tribute to one of my favorite things. Some of the track lists are actually, or some of the songs are direct references to FF7. Like Call Your Mom Cloud, Fort Condor, Healing Wind, Icicle Inn, Loveless, Low Key, Cetra. I mean, these are all, yeah, this is cool. So I'm excited to hear this. All right, guys. I should have carb loaded for this. I'm exhausted already. Oh, here we go. Everyone knows this guy. Tom Petty, Wildflowers, and all the rest. Admittedly, I only know a few tracks, like the big tracks off Wildflowers. I've never actually sat and listened to this album. I know that's a huge crime in the vinyl community. I know people think that this is one of the best albums ever. I will be the judge of that. I'm excited to hear it front to back. The songs that I know I really do love. I mean, some of his biggest tracks are on this for sure, but this was a long time coming. I know people were waiting on this official reissue, and there was a bootleg that happened a couple months prior to this, and I'm sure a lot of people bought, and then they saw that the actual pressing was coming out, and they probably felt a little burnt. But yeah, I'm excited to listen to this. I mean, a long-awaited reissue. I'm sure this is a record that should be in most people's collections, and now it is in mine. So that's cool. So far, by the way, it looks like everything is pretty pristine in terms of no damage to the jackets, which is really surprising. Oh, Mr. Chris Circle Time. Oh, the Super Chat King is back. What's going on, Chris? First, are you sick? No, I'm not sick. My voice just got messed up because of some mic issue. Second, did I like Run the Jewels 4? I actually am going to be mentioning or talking about Run the Jewels 4 in the Wednesday video, so I don't want to divulge in what capacity, but Wednesday I am talking about top albums of the year, so you'll have to wait to see. I don't want to give any spoilers, but I think that you will appreciate what I have to say, I think. Oh, this is a big one. This is a big boy. This is one I've wanted for a long time, and I got this was a lucky Discogs buy. Ready? Anyone know what this is? Just from that alone? Anybody? It's the back cover. First one to say it gets nothing, but go. Can you read the titles? That might give it away. That's right. Blood Sugar Sex Magic. John Frusciante is a legend. This is one of the records he did with them. This is considered to be the best. My favorite is By the Way. This is probably number 3 for me, right under Californication. But I've been trying to track down a red vinyl pressing of this forever. Numbered red copy. They normally go for like a lot more than this, but I got it for like under 100. The red Hot Chili Peppers red vinyl. That's cool. But apparently this version sounds spectacular as well, which is why I was... Yeah, Ryan, you got that little joke. Yeah. this is such a good record. I mean, the tracks on here, I mean, Breaking Girl, Suck My Kiss, Give It Away, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, Under the Bridge, Sir Psycho Sexy is pretty ridiculous. Yeah, this is just a solid record. Funky, California, all the good vibes. But yeah, excited to finally have probably the definitive version, which is the audiophile red vinyl pressing of this. So very stoked on that. So good. All right, so this is a documentary that was made recently called Nobody Here, The Story of Vaporwave. And I know the people that made the doc, so I supported their Kickstarter. It's very important, in my opinion, to support fellow people in this industry whenever you can. I also bought it because the track list is just fire. I think these were all or mostly tracks that are specifically for this compilation. Maybe not all of them, but some of my favorite artists in Vaporwave: Luxury Elite, Saint Pepsi, Young Bay, Death Dynamic Shroud, Mesh, Dan Mason, Eyeliner, Waterfront Dining, Cat Corp, Disconscious, Limousine, Haircuts for Men, Pad Chennington is on here, which is funny. Bloodwave. Yeah, a lot of classic artists putting together a comp for this. So very excited to listen to this guy. A little trip down Vaporwave, not memory lane, but Vaporwave lane. Is that a thing? All right. I'm proud of you guys. We're still at 260 people here. This is my biggest live stream to date. Maybe I should start doing more live streams. Ideally ones where I don't have to talk for 2 hours straight. But we can probably figure out some fun things. I think the lighting in this room is better. If I can just figure out my my audio situation, that would be lovely. Calm Trues in Decay 2. This is another set of rarities and live tracks from the vaults. Calm Trues is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, synthwave artists. Galactic Melt and In Decay are both amazing records, and I like his other records, but some of the compilations... Oh, Cyanide Sisters is excellent too. But In Decay 2 is the latest. Let's actually bust this bad boy open, because I feel like the color of this one, if I remember correctly, is like some beautiful variant. Let's see if I'm correct on that. But yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, that's cool. That is a pretty record. So very trippy, very nice variant. Let's hope the music matches. I've seen him live, and he's really fun live as well. Really good stuff. So, someone says I sound like Barry White. Oh, yeah. That's the goal, guys. My voice is just going to keep getting deeper as the channel goes on. This is kind of a indie folk, indie country rock, John Moreland in the throes. This album's out of print, and he recently put up some signed copies in his web store, and I grabbed one. I don't have a lot to say about this record, but it's a pretty good album. I dig it. If you haven't heard John Moreland, this is the one to start with, I think. I don't have the Corona. That's not very nice. All right, let's. I really do feel like I'm a surgeon when I do this. I'm just like slicing and dicing, making dreams come true. Let's see. I need to get that LP5 that made your top 10 for the year. You know, I actually have not heard Moreland's latest, so I'll have to give it a listen then, if you say it's that good. All right. Oh, all right. A little anticlimactic because you guys know I have the original, but this is the bootleg that came out at Pearl Jam's Benaroya Hall. I got it simply to compare sound quality, to really know if if you guys haven't seen my video about getting the original of this, you need to watch it. It's on the channel from a couple months ago. I think it's called I Just Spent $1,200 on a Record. I know that sounds crazy, but the story justifies it. I promise you, if you have not watched it yet, please go watch it. But I'm glad that people have a chance to own this on vinyl, even though it's obviously not analog or soundboard sourced. It's definitely just a CD rip. I have heard, though, that on this pressing, there's a skip that's like a pressing defect. So that's a huge bummer. This is one of the best concerts of all time, and to have a skip in one of the softer songs is unfortunate. But I'm going to give this a listen and see how it compares to my original press. And my original press sounds unbelievable. So, yeah. No complaints there. Gosh, there's still so much more to go. What are we at time-wise? 1:15? We can do this in under 2. I think we can do it, folks. Did I buy more shelves specifically for this haul? I'm actually almost out of shelves, and I haven't even shelved any of this. I'm going to have to figure out some serious storage solutions. But I am, for the first time in my life, in a music room that is not my bedroom. It still has a lot more work to do, decorations and getting everything situated. I'm excited to show you guys this music room once it's all said and done. Yeah. This is another good one. This is PowerPC Me's Kmart 1989 to what's the year? 92. So this is a vaporwave album which utilizes samples from the leaked Kmart audio. That was like the music they played in the store. Really kind of like laid back elevator music type stuff, but thrown through a vaporwavy lens. I'm a big fan of PowerPC Me. He's a supporter of the channel. He's a good dude. And yeah, this is a pressing of the tape that sold out and was really desirable. So excited to spin this and kind of get nostalgic, even though I was born in 1989, so I was not going to Kmart in the first few years of my life. But the music is, it's so chill. It's the perfect background music. So, oh man, Eric's back again? Eric 2? Return of the Eric? Nah, dude, I told you to go away, man. Not welcome in this stream. Alright. Sometimes you get a troll, folks. You just gotta... I don't negotiate with terrorists. Just gotta put them in their place. Alright, so what else we got? This one was a nostalgic buy. Throw this one in a blender. Actually, that song isn't even on here. But this is Eve 6's Horoscope, an album from my youth that I think mostly still holds up. You know, the classic track from here is Here's to the Night, but it's just a good pop album. Arguably pop punk, but mostly just power pop, maybe. But yeah, this is clear and white with blue and orange splatter. I think this is a good record. It's nostalgic for me, and I haven't actually listened to it front to back in a while. So I saw it got a repress, and I jumped on it because I was like, you know what? I bet you I'm going to have some good feels when I listen to this. So here's to the night that I spin that. You see what I did there? All right, this one is, I can tell from the packaging. Is this the album with Think Twice, you say? No. It has Promise on there, though, which you probably recognize. Here we go. This is an album I'm about to show you from what I think is one of the best hip-hop producers making music today. He's over in Japan, and he's leaving the legacy of Nujabes and living on, respecting and promoting his legacy. This is Marcus D and his album Kieran, which is really good instrumental jazzy hip hop album. And Marcus D is so talented. If you have not heard his stuff, you would love it. If you like hip hop or Nujabes or anything like that, he truly is the spiritual successor to Nujabes, in my opinion. He runs in the same circles as Nujabes, collabs with a lot of the same artists, and this is a really great journey he takes you through instrumental hip hop. So, yeah, Marcus D, just the man, huge fan, really cool dude. Would love to collab with him on something in the future. Who knows what next year holds. Oren, you missed everything, but it's okay. It'll all be on the channel for you to go back. This is something that I saw pop up on Reddit, the hip-hop record, Jim Crow, the musical. It was selling really fast, and I heard 2 of the tracks, and I was like, this is really good hip-hop. I've never heard of this artist before, but I jumped on it because I really liked what I was hearing, and I saw the number dwindling on the site. I don't know if it's sold out yet, but if you like modern kind of underground conscious hip-hop, this is definitely worth your ear. Again, another way I could support an artist that it doesn't have a ton of support, and I thought it was worth adding to the collection because of that. Oh, there's a super chat. Thank you, AJ Bennett. The brown paper is called Hexel Wrap. It is supposed to be a biodegradable alternative to bubble wrap. You might see more of it in the future. That's actually nice that it's biodegradable. I guess I thought about the immediate annoyance, but I like that it is something that's a little more sustainable. So I will not hate on it anymore, as there's mountains of bubble wrap that probably shouldn't exist. So yeah, let's keep going. I wish I could move the camera and show you guys, but it's just an absolute... I can't down here. It's just too much. Another terrific hip-hop record that briefly got restocked on the artist's website. I was lucky enough to be right place, right time, and I got one. This is Ka, and this is The Knight's Gambit, another awesome underground hip-hop record from the past decade. What year did this come out? Doesn't even say. Doesn't say. Maybe 2011, 12, 13? Somewhere around there. Ka, K.A., really, really talented MC, and all of his albums are pretty stellar. Definitely check them out. Check him out. If you like hip-hop, which hopefully you do, because that's one of the main things I do talk about on the channel, but this is Sylvan Esso. So this is Sylvan Esso's With, which is, I think, their it was like a live thing they did with an orchestra. I'm a huge fan of Sylvan Esso's first record. The second one is not as good to me, but still pretty good. But just hearing them do their music with an orchestra would be pretty cool. And I haven't heard anything from this, but I jumped on it because I knew I would like it at least a little bit. I love hearing bands take their sound and add an orchestra and do a vinyl pressing, like Late Orchestration or Nas's performance he did with the orchestra for Illmatic. Very, very cool. White Eagle says, can you open something actually good? And before that, Trump 2020. I don't think you're in the right place, my man. I don't know if this is the right stream for you, homie. But I hid their messages because they're negative. Don't like that. We're trying to build a positive crew here, folks. All right. This is a big package. Ow. I'm breaking my finger trying to open this. Should have just used the thing. All right, what is this? Oh, this was like a an impulse buy one night when I was bored. I was on, I think it was You Discover, which is that site that always runs massive sales. And I ended up getting all of these records for like extremely low prices. So, Rob Zombie Hellbilly Deluxe, I think this was like $8. Dragula is one of my favorite songs. This whole album is really solid hard rock. Then I got the recent reissue of Cranberries, No Need to Argue. It's on clear vinyl. This and the first record are both fantastic. And I didn't own this one yet. This is on, someone said what site? This was on You Discover. You Discover. They do sales like every other week. I think this is the blue vinyl pressing of Do You Want More by The Roots. I think this is their first album, actually, 1994. And then I got the 3-disc box set of Guru's Jazzmatazz, which is a fusion of hip-hop and jazz in a really, really cool way. Classic kind of like golden age hip-hop vibes with jazzy artists. And it's just very good. And this is the 3-disc version, I guess, with maybe the original album, instrumentals, and bonus tracks, which is cool. Each of these were like very cheap. Like I think this whole order was like less than $60 shipped. I couldn't resist. Sometimes you see a good deal, you just can't resist. All right. We got more biodegradable snakeskin stuff. Hexel, as I was just told. Hexel, cool name for a frustrating thing. Oh, this is cool. This is Chill Hop, which is I think there's another package from Chill Hop here somewhere. It's a label that presses all of those Chill Hop compilations. It's like lo-fi hip-hop comps. This is an album by one of the artists, Leave, Leavv, Tales of a Flowering Forest. This was one of the prettiest, chillest hip-hop, like lo-fi hip-hop records I heard in a long time. So I jumped on the limited version because a lot of these lo-fi hip-hop stuff, when they sell out, you will never find them again for a fair price. So this was something I really enjoyed. If you haven't heard it, it's Leave, Leavv. Definitely check that out. All right, let me see how much more we have, guys. We have about, just a little preview. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We have like 35 more, guys. We gotta plow through. I could break this up, but there's still 250 people here, so let's just keep it going. Why not? Do we need an intermission? No intermission. I do this with no breaks. We power through this, guys, together. This is a really good grime album from the UK. Dave's Psychodrama. I love this album cover. It's super cool. If you like Skepta and if you like Stormzy, you'd probably like Dave's Psychodrama. Really good, kind of grimy UK rap. Good stuff. I'm losing track of where I am. Here we go. If I don't have too much to say about a record, I'll probably just move on fairly quickly. Ernie says, are you still with Vinyl Moon? If so, do you recommend? I have not been with Vinyl Moon for a while. I think what Brandon's doing is cool, but ultimately I didn't have space in my shelves for compilations where I didn't love every track. So if you are looking to discover new music, Vinyl Moon is awesome. Oh, this is actually not for me because I already own this. This is for my friend who missed out on the original sale. I got a copy of Pearl Jam MTV Unplugged. I already have this, but my buddy missed it and I saw there was a restock, so I grabbed this for him. Very cool. If you don't have Pearl Jam's MTV Unplugged, you gotta get on that. I think I cut my finger just now. Spoils of war, folks. Everyone's getting excited about my Dave Psychodrama pickup, which must mean it was a good pickup. Alright, what do we have here? Yes. This is good. This is Mate, Feed, Kill, Repeat. This is a Slipknot. I think this is their first EP prior to their self-titled. It's a bootleg, but it's on green vinyl, and apparently it sounds quite good. You can get the cover. Yeah. It's actually a pretty decent cover for a bootleg. Yeah. So I used to casually like Slipknot back in high school, but I've become a bigger fan as I've gotten older, strangely enough. And Slipknot rules. Like, Slipknot is incredible. There are some really emotional melodic songs on like Volume 3 that are just not what you would expect. I'm really coming along to Slipknot. Any other metal bands I've gotten into? Maybe not as much as Slipknot, but I'm certainly open to discovering more. It's just, there's a lot of... I got to keep up with all the stuff that I listen to from the genres I'm a bigger fan of. So it's hard to be constantly discovering. Hey, Mike. What's going on? All right. You guys might know this record. Just for some lost souls swimming in a fishbowl. This is the repress of Wish You Were Here from a couple years prior. The recent Pink Floyd represses sound excellent. Like, they sound as good, if not better, than the original pressings. And this is one of them. And I don't own this. And I realized... So, I bought the represses of Dark Side, Animals. I think that's it. But I had originals. I bought the represses because they sound good. And I realized I didn't have a copy of Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here at all. Even like a beat up early copy, which kind of blew my mind. So I ended up finding the repress for a really good deal, under $20. And yeah, it's going to sound phenomenal. I mean, this is one of the great albums of all time. And I'm looking forward to shining on like a crazy diamond, which will happen soon. So Eric is back, guys, but after this, let's just ignore him. How about that? Just pretend he's not here, because he wants the attention, and we're not going to give it to him. It's just not worth it. It's not worth feeding the troll. Man, sometimes you try to rip these open, and like they get, you know what happens? You know what I'm talking about? Like where like you rip it, and then you have to slowly rip it because the thing doesn't work. Man, this is one of those times. Okay. All right, I got it. And this is a bootleg that I'm also comparing to my original copy. This is the bootleg. Don't get too excited, folks. I have an original copy in my shelf. This is the bootleg of 3001: A Laced Odyssey by Flatbush Zombies. One of my favorite hip-hop albums ever. I guess it's a backup copy. If my copy ever gets ruined somehow, I always have a copy to play. But this one doesn't come with, I think, the blotter and like the certificate that the original came with. But I like that it was on this really cool pink vinyl, matches the cover nicely. I do have the original, so I'll play them both and see which one sounds better. Am I live for the first time? I'm live for the first time in a while, but I used to go live all the time on the channel. If you go back through all my videos, you'll see dozens of unboxings and live streams. So go back and do that if you haven't. Ah, yes, the great debacle of the Pearl Jam 10 Club exclusive. What happened with this, if you aren't familiar, is that Pearl Jam, for their members of their 10 Club, their fan club, sent out an email saying, grab one of our limited edition 10 exclusive on purple vinyl. And previous 10 Club releases go for crazy money if you miss them. So we all bought it really fast with their insane shipping. That's like $11 to ship a record. Only to find out that the next day Target was going to be stocking it, and it was pretty readily available for just about everyone. I thought that was really shitty of the 10 Club. I thought that was bad marketing on their end to say it was a 10 Club exclusive and then have it be available at Targets all around the world. So, classic record. I have like a million versions of it. Why not have another? If there's anything to variant collect, it would be Pearl Jam. But it is what it is, folks. Sometimes you get burned by the people you trust the most. That's just life. That's a life lesson from tonight's live stream, folks. Yes, this is what I've been waiting for a while, too. This is the Mondo Daft Punk soundtrack for Tron Legacy. This was such a good package from what I can tell in the pictures. I'm very excited to open this. Cool variant. I mean, the Daft Punk's soundtrack for Tron Legacy is fantastic. We all want another Daft Punk record, but if you haven't actually explored this soundtrack outside of their discography, I recommend listening to it. It's quite good. This sold out really fast, but I believe they said they are doing a repress of it next year. So don't be too sad. You'll hopefully still have a chance to get it at some point. Gosh, these mailers are never ending, folks. This is months and months and months of not seeing my records that I ordered, and it's all coming to fruition, and we're all doing it together. So there's been a litany of these bootlegs. This is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater for PlayStation. There was a bootleg on red vinyl that had about 8 songs from the soundtrack. And then another bootleg came out that has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 13 tracks. So this version actually has more tracks than the other one. But yeah, I mean, the soundtrack to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 are arguably the soundtracks of my entire childhood. It introduced me to Dead Kennedys, to Goldfinger, to Primus, Suicidal Tendencies, Suicide Machines, the Vandals. Just a extremely memorable soundtrack to me. I wish someone would do Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, because that one is even better than 1 in my opinion. But yeah, just a fun bootleg someone made. Props to them. If the label's not gonna press it, someone's gotta press it. Alright, what else do we have here? Whoa, this one's like a tape nightmare. This is like a Saw puzzle from the movies. It's like, do you want to open your record without tearing it? Oh, this one actually can't show because it is a gift for someone. So it is a gift for someone who might be watching this stream, and I don't want them to see it yet. See you, Nick. Thanks for coming, man. This is a cool one. Monowave, however you pronounce it. This is a lo-fi hip-hop record that's inspired by Secret of Mana, the Super Nintendo game. This is a really cool, beautiful variant. Like this, it's like a see-through, sea-foamy, green-white marble. Very pretty. But if you guys have played Secret of Mana as a kid, this is like a beat tape inspired by it. And look at that beautiful art. I think the art was actually commissioned by, like, it was done by it's like original art from the game that was never released or something. Super cool. So very excited to dig into that one. Nice. Yes. Speaking of more Nujabes collaborators, this is Yuama Hiroto, and his album A Son of the Sun was not on vinyl for a very long time. This album is up there with Nujabes' best work. I actually think he might have produced a song or two on here if I remember correctly. It's from his label, Hideout Productions. If you don't know Yuama Hiroto, he does some of the best jazzy hip hop that exists. Him and Nujabes and Marcus D are all like just legends when it comes to this stuff. And look at this beautiful album cover. This is one of my favorite album covers of all time. So when I saw this was getting a limited press over in Japan, I had to source a copy because it was only on CD, which was a crime because this is just an album that everyone should hear on wax. And excited to... Okay, this is more Vinyl Me Please, it looks like. Yes, it is. So, we got Erykah Badu's Mama's Gun. This is one of their releases recently for, I think this was the classics, or no, their essentials. Great record. Erykah Badu is fantastic. And then this is a really good hip-hop record that was out of print for a long time. People Under the Stairs, OST. I think it's on green vinyl to match the green up here. But we don't need to spend time talking about Vinyl Me Please. I mean, that's something that everyone's familiar with. It's not exactly that exciting. So let's save it for the stuff that's actually more exciting. This is I don't know if I can show this on camera. There's actually censored. I don't want to get kicked off YouTube. There's some cartoons of naked ladies. But this is an album by Crime Apple called Paradise. Or If I Don't See You in Paradise. Crime Apple, really, really good modern hip hop. I just don't want to risk showing that cover. It's a little inappropriate. Alright, this is going to take me hours to clean up, folks. You're all going to click out of this eventually, and then I'm just going to be stuck with this mailer graveyard. Finally, a reissue of Tobacco's F'd Up Friends. You can see the actual word there. Tobacco is the guy from Black Moth Super Rainbow. He does really good, kind of trippy, aggressive, almost industrial at times, psychedelic pop. And, this album and Maniac Meat are incredible landmark albums in the genre, and this was out of print for a very long time. Maniac Meat is still out of print, but I believe if this got a repress, that next year we'll be seeing a Maniac Meat repress without a doubt. That's just my hunch. We will see. Alright, let's see what else we got. This is another bootleg. This is a bootleg of one of the first ever Vaporwave albums. This is Echo Jams by Chuck Person. Chuck Person is the alias of One O Tricks Point Never, which is an electronic experimental artist that you guys might have heard of. So this has never been on vinyl, but someone made a bootleg of it. Basically, just a lot of kind of like slowed down R&B songs with kind of like vibey, atmospheric kind of sounds. This is definitely a classic within the genre, and Echo Jams, like Echo the Dolphin, you know. Someone goes, yo, I didn't know that got boot. Well, that's why you're in this live stream, homie. You get to learn about all the weird stuff that my brain is filled with. I just throw it on to you guys. That was not a Roland Rex bootleg. That was just a random bootleg that I saw pop up in the Vaporwave Record Club on Facebook. Which if you guys are not in that group and you like Vaporwave, it's very cool. Alright. Come on. So here we go. We were talking about Claro earlier. This was the Turntable Lab recent repress that sold out extremely fast. The bundle, Claro's Diary and Immunity. Now, these are both going for dumb money already, which is stupid. I'm planning on keeping Diary because I really like this album. Immunity, I told Roland I would give this to him as part of my thanks for him holding on to all of this stuff for me while I was moving. This is getting to be a better and better gift every day, Roland. Just I hope that you appreciate this album. I'm just not a fan of Immunity. I just didn't love it. Yeah, I think it's kind of a snooze fest. But I do love Diary. I do like the kind of experimental thing she was going with until it got too overproduced later. That's just my opinion. I've had people argue with me over that, for sure. Conway the Machine, 50-round drum. This is Conway of Griselda fame, all the dope guys. This is Vinyl Digital's Conway 50-round drum, 3 LP pressing. I have a lot of these underground hip-hop records, and these are also ones where if you don't get them at the drop, you'll never find them again for a fair price. So I usually get them and then listen to them after the fact. And if I don't like it, you could always trade it. And if you do like it, then you lucked out and you got it before it went way too out of hand. So yeah, 50-round drum. I like a lot of Conway's stuff, but a lot of his earlier stuff, like Goat, Reject 2, and I'll never own Reject 2 because it goes for like $1,000 now because people are absolutely crazy. And hip-hop records, as you guys saw in my video I made a couple months ago, people are paying the dumbest prices for hip-hop records. It makes no sense to me, but hey, you know, if that's the rate, that's the going rate, you know? Did I get from a king to a god? Yes, but it hasn't shipped yet, right? I don't think it has. Alright, what do we have here? We got, okay, this is a record by Tom Misch, Beat Tape 2. If you guys know Tom Misch, he's pretty awesome. Kind of a, you know, like it says, it's a beat tape, you know, hip-hop beat related. Not your usual fare, but this was the, I think it's on gold vinyl, and it's signed by him, which is super cool. I have not had luck ordering from recordstore.co.uk, I think it's called, whatever the site is that has a lot of these signed copies of certain albums. Every time I've ordered one of their records, it's been warped, like beyond playability. And they can't even send a replacement. They just refund me. So I have a bunch of I have a really warped Juliana Barwick record. I have a really warped Hamilton Lighthouser record. Just completely unplayable, which is a bummer. So I am hoping that this one is not warped, but at least it's a signed jacket, which is cool. So hold on, let me make a little more room over here. We're getting through, guys. We're getting closer. I'm excited to get to the finish line eventually. Oh my gosh, how do you open this one? Okay. So this is a band that I've gotten into recently. They're called Sound Tribe Sector 9, STS9. It's kind of like, it's like, imagine a jam band like, not quite Fish, but maybe like Humphreys McGee or something of that nature, but it's all mostly electronics. That's kind of what Sound Tribe Sector 9 is, and this is 2 of their albums. This one is Ad Explorata, which has been, I think, out of print for a while, and this is The Universe Inside. Really vibey, good, kind of jammy electronic stuff. The one I really want is Artifact, but that's been sold out for a long time. I missed the boat on that one. Oh, I missed a super chat. Mike Shillman says, love your vid, Matt. Watching from WI. I feel like we have a similar taste in music. My 3 favorite bands are Mute Math, Guster, and May. How would I rank the 3? Well, those are 3 of my favorite bands also. I would honestly probably do Guster. Oh, man, how do you even decide? They're all so good. Guster, Mute Math, May, but they're all some of my favorite bands. Like I have, between the 3 artists, over 10 records in the shelves between all three. I know WI is Wisconsin. Thank you, though, for making me feel like I'm a dum-dum. Alright, let's keep going. We're getting closer, guys. We really are. I keep cutting myself on some of these boxes. I feel like I'm just going to have, like, bloody hands by the end of this. Such is life. This is a record I actually, another one that I traded away, a Vaporwave record that I was able to find for a decent price on Discogs. It's called Saki. It's a little fish. It's like a very aquatic vibed Vaporwave album by this fish named Saki, S-A-K-I. Really good album by Tetra Systems, a label that I don't think exists anymore, but big fan if you like kind of like aquatic vibes. What? Ryan, Artifacts back in print? I literally looked like a week ago and it wasn't there. Can you send me a link to that if you remember? Because that's one that I was really mad about missing. But I guess they're good on like repressing their stuff. What record do I plan on spinning from this unboxing first? Anthony, you know. Bloned. I'm going to play Bloned first. Of course. Speaking of jam bands, Fish, a picture of Nectar. Was able to get this for a really fair deal on Reddit. This is pretty out of print, and I was actually kind of shocked at the price that I was selling it for compared to what it goes for. But yeah, solid record by them. Yeah, Chalk Dust Torture is on here. Classic. Let me just... Did I open my Kanye discography yet? I don't know what that means, because all my Kanye records are over in... Wow, this is not... Alright, I'm going to have to deal with this later. This is not working. Let's... If you guys could see the mailers that are down here, it is unbelievable. Alright, what do we have here? Chill Hop again. So Chill Hop had a sale. They had all their earlier volumes on sale for a bundle for a really nice price. If you like atmospheric jazzy hip hop, Chill Hop beats, beats to study to, as the kids say, they have different vibe for every season. So I grabbed all the 2017 seasons. So we got summer, we got winter. It's a good thing to listen to each season. We got fall, and then what's the last one? Spring, as it goes. So some more good oh boy, okay, we're getting closer, guys. Oh, Matthias said, what's your thoughts on Vince Staples' Summertime '06 album? I like it. I don't love it. There are some good tracks on it, but I'm not like a Vince Staples stan. I think he's very talented, but I'm not super into his music. Unlike J. Cole, who I'm not a fan of at all, and I don't think he makes good music, but that's neither here nor there. Bad Bad Not Good 3 just had a limited pressing from Rough Trade UK. If you don't know Bad Bad Not Good, they are a group of young men making jazz that is a little hip hop influence. As opposed to jazzy hip hop, this is more like jazz with a little bit of hip hop. But they're very good. I'm sure most people know them now because Vinyl Me Please gave them a lot of exposure. No, don't head out now, guys. We're almost there. We're almost at the end. And maybe I'm saving a huge surprise for the end. I don't think I am. There's actually one record I haven't unboxed yet that I'm 10 out of 10 excited to pull out. So hopefully it's in here and it didn't get lost in the mail or something. But you guys aren't going to want to miss this, especially my boy Ryan Dye. Oh, this one right here. This is actually the hookup from people in the group. Shout out to Christian and I'm so sorry, I forget the other gentleman's name. They helped me get this from Record Store Day because I couldn't go because I was in the middle of moving stuff. This is Koyana Scotzi, which is Philip Glass's, in my opinion, seminal work. The soundtrack to just a terrific film that's just like these beautiful like visual scapes of different places in the world. It's a very, very cool movie, but the music for it is so iconic, and I'm very excited about Koyana Scotzi, and I could not get it when I missed it. So thank you to those guys for hooking it up for me and helping me get it. This is a weird mailer. Have you guys ever seen a mailer like this? What the heck? I feel dumb. Hold on. How does the Rolling Rex Yandi sound? It sounds okay. Some of the songs sound like they're different levels because they were just all thrown on there with no care to mastering. I made a Yandi that's my personal favorite mix of songs, and I had it pressed as a one-off lathe, and I think that sounds terrific, and that satiates me for the Yandi sessions. Oh, this is cool. So this is an album by Francesco Tristano called Tokyo Stories. This is from another one from Digger's Factory. Just another really good kind of jazzy hip-hop record. Clearly that's a genre that I can't get enough of. Yeah, Tokyo Stories, if you haven't checked this out, another one that I definitely recommend. I do not like Juice WRLD that much, and of course I know who Juice WRLD is. Rest in peace, but I am not a huge fan of his music, unfortunately. Alright, what do we have here? Oh yeah, this is Fly Anakin and Pink Sifu, Fly Sifu's collaboration album that just came out. I was a little annoyed that I got it on Lex Records and then Vinyl Me Please like a month later or like a day after it shipped put out a limited version of it. That was kind of annoying. But yeah, Fly Sifu and Fly Anakin and Pink Sifu were both awesome. So hey Ronania. Guys, we're getting close. Oh yeah. I could not resist myself and I ordered both variants of this album because this is one of the best. You see that? I just smacked myself in the face. I get too excited when I see my queen Carly Rae. This is one of the best pop albums ever, but definitely of the 2000s. Emotion is lovely. The production on this is next level. Every song is good. And they did a repress on Pink and Blue Records. And I got both because I couldn't decide. But Carly is the best. I think she is easily one of the best pop artists ever. And if anyone doubts that, they haven't listened to her. I don't know anyone that's heard her music and is like, no, not for me. It's that good. As my friend Tycho would say, oh, pink and blue. Oh, this is a tight squeeze. Ugh, what is this? Oh, another hip-hop record. This is Currency and Harry Fraud, Outrunners. Currency, extremely prolific hip-hop artist. Not everything is a hit, but Outrunners is a hit, and that's because I like when he works with Harry Fraud. I like when he works with The Alchemist. I really think he needs a good producer to bring out the best in him, and Outrunners, he did just that. Okay, let's see what this big boy is. have I changed my opinion that Kanye has only 10 out of 10 albums? Yeah, I mean, Jesus is King is not a 10 out of 10. Yay isn't a 10 out of 10, unfortunately. Oh, here we go. It's like a whirlwind inside of my head. I couldn't resist getting this. I owned Hybrid Theory on vinyl, but I didn't own Reanimation, and I certainly didn't own the Hybrid Theory EP, which is the reason to pick this up. The material that they put out pre-Hybrid Theory is just as good as Hybrid Theory. This is the box set, and I'm so excited to dive into this. I don't really have a way to play all these CDs, but there's so many good CDs in here as well. Maybe I have to invest in a good CD player, but yeah, this is exciting. Hybrid Theory was my first CD, and now I am holding the Super Deluxe box set and talking to 240 people about it live on the internet. But I bought this CD. The internet wasn't even a thing. It didn't even exist. I was playing it on my Discman in the back of my parents' car. And now look how far we've come. So very excited to dive into the set. I actually got it for less than face value by being kind of crafty with some coupons and pre-orders. So pretty stoked on that. Let's see. Another big box. I still haven't unboxed the one I've been most excited for, which is probably going to be my second play after Blown. Oof, almost cut my foot off. Yeah, the internet existed, but it was like AOL, the beginning of AOL. I was being a little facetious. The internet did not exist in the way that it exists now, where we're all connected. It was more so going on AOL Kids Only and looking at funny pictures. I've Oregon crazy. I'm curious if I ever buy albums I don't love from artists just to complete their discography. I used to do that more than I do it now. I used to be more of that guy, and I've stopped buying albums just because I like the artist. Because there's just not enough shelf space, guys. Shelf space is so important. Oh yeah, I forgot I ordered this. I just clipped my nail. Ow. Shoot. I forgot I ordered this. Like I said, he put the discs in here. Hold on. This is the music of Grand Theft Auto 5. An incredible soundtrack. I think it's 5 discs. They're all on colored vinyl. It has a whole bunch of incredible artists on here. Just to go down, we have Twin Shadow, Neon Indian, Waves, Flying Lotus, Health, Tyler the Creator, A$AP Rocky, Yesayer, Jai Paul, Mexican Institute of Sound, Toro y Moi, Cashmere Cat. Really, really awesome box set. And I had a copy once. It got really damaged. The box got pretty destroyed, and I ended up trading it away because the box had too much damage for me, and I traded it for very little. I forget what it was, but this is a near mint copy, and I'm excited to own it once again. Guys, we're getting close. I think we're down to the less than 10. And you all stuck with me. Where my day ones at? This is so much. There's just so much. This is just ridiculous. What's behind me? And don't worry, I will recycle this cardboard. This is the 10-year anniversary edition of Bad Books. Bad Books is the collaboration of Andy Hull and Kevin Devine, two of my favorite songwriters. Andy Hull is from Manchester Orchestra, if you're not familiar. And this is the anniversary press of their first album, which is cool. I'm starting to get a little burnt out, but we're so close. I can't give up now. I gotta just keep this train rolling. Let your cat run around and before I recycle. Guys, the cat is a sore subject. I don't own a cat. That cat, Molly, that was in the videos, that was my roommate's cat. And I had to leave that cat. And I missed that cat. It was a great cat. Did I get the Patreon version? I did, Dylan. I did get the Patreon version. This is another Vaporwave album. It's actually a really, really good album. This is the cover. If you're curious, take a screenshot if you want to remember it. Another one in Japanese, so I'm not going to be able to say the name of it, but I like this video so much I clicked twice. That probably took away your like, but I like the concept. Guys, I don't know. I really am not planning it for this big album that I'm so excited for, but it hasn't come out yet. There's actually two big ones, one of which I owned once upon a time. The other one, it's this one. It's the one right here. Are you guys ready? What do I want for dinner? I'm going to need something heavy after this. I must show you guys this because this is an album that I've wanted for a very long time, and tracking down this specific version of this was very, very hard. This is the first pressing from the UK of Aphex Twin's Selected Ambient Works Volume 2. The issue with this album in particular is that there is a song on here called Stone in Focus that might be the best ambient track of all time. Unfortunately, Stone in Focus was removed from every single repress of this album. Stone in Focus and one or two other tracks were removed. So the only way to get the actual track list is the first pressing in the UK. Now, there's more. The first pressing in the UK was on black vinyl and on brown vinyl. The brown vinyl sounds terrible, apparently, and the black vinyl apparently sounds good if you get a good copy of it, but there are some copies that sound bad, so it's still a lottery. I was finally able to track down what someone sent me an audio clip of, and it sounded pretty silent for an ambient record of the first press on black vinyl. This is never getting a proper repress because in classic Richard fashion, he deleted or destroyed all the original tapes from this record. And there's not tapes that exist to make an analog pressing of this ever again. So I spent a while trying to track down. There's a little bit of wear to the sleeve, but ultimately I'm very happy with the condition of this. Hopefully the discs all sound as good as the snippet he sent me. Ryan says the brown vinyl sounds good. That's good to hear. But all of the Discogs comments say that the brown vinyl sounds terrible. Either way, you can't really find an early pressing of this brown or black. But this is one of the seminal ambient albums of all time. I'm friends with Jimmy from the album Leaf, and he has told me personally that this album is his biggest direct influence and the reason he wanted to make music. I'm just really excited to own this finally and to give it a spin, and hopefully it's not too noisy. But either way, this is a piece of history and an album that everybody should have a chance to own. But unfortunately, most will not. Alright, so that was emotional. Ryan, I'm not sure that story about the tapes is true. Well, I understand you being incredulous about the tape story, but he has done so many crazy things in his career. Why would you doubt that? Apparently he I don't know. I feel like just the fact that the reissues were missing tracks means he has a weird relationship with this album. I don't know. I believe it. Unless I hear something contrary, that's proof. I believe it. If anyone's going to destroy his own music, it's Aphex Twin. Marcos Valle. Prevacio do Tempo. Marcos Valle is a absolute classic Brazilian artist, and this is a Turntable Lab exclusive variant of one of his records from the 80s? No, 70s. This is 73. Marcos Valle is wonderful, and glad to have that guy. I have a couple Marcos Valle back in the stacks. Not as good as like Joao Gilberto and Joe Beam and some of those guys, but definitely excellent. All right, what do we have here? Oh, I forgot I got these too, guys. It's been so many months, Two more Natalia Laforcade albums. This is Hasta la Raíz and Un Canto por México, Volume 1. So 2 more of her records. I talked about her earlier in this live stream. If you missed it, she's a Mexican singer-songwriter, and she's unbelievably talented. So, yeah, she's wonderful. If you haven't heard her music, do yourself a little favor and dig in her stuff. All right, I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, folks. And thank you guys for sticking with me this whole time. This has been a lot of fun. This was a really lucky Discogs buy as well. This is Jeff Buckley's Grace, but this is the, I think, first Newbery Comics pressing, if I remember correctly. It's numbered on top. Oh, maybe, no, actually, maybe. Oh, this must be music on vinyl, actually. Maybe. But yeah, Jeff Buckley is amazing. He shouldn't have died. But look at this beautiful lilac-colored record to match Lilac Wine, one of the best songs on the album. This is really hard to find, and I've had it in my want list for a long time, this specific version of it. And I got it for like a crazy low price. It was like $35, which is, this is like very out of print for this version. So, Jeff Buckley, Grace, if you don't own this, there's ways to get a standard black copy. I mean, it's just, I mean, outside of the iconic cover of Hallelujah, this album is just full of just some of the most beautiful songs that have ever been written. And it's a huge shame that he passed away in such a tragic way. He should not have, but life is terrible sometimes. What other Natalia Laforcade records do I have? Well, I just showed off, I just got Musas Volume 1. It was one of the first ones I unboxed. So now I have those 3. I still need to track down Volume 2. All right, so this is the other one I was excited to get. I owned this, and it was a little noisier than I wanted to. It was probably more VG than VG+, so I sold it, and I finally reacquired it after a year of not having it. This is Lovage, Nathaniel Merriweather's Lovage, music to make love to your old lady by. One of my favorite albums ever. I wouldn't have sold my first copy if it sounded better, but I was a little picky on it, and I didn't like a little bit of the noise that happened. This album is very hard to find, especially the non-instrumental version. It's Mike Patton, Jennifer Charles, and Danny Automator, and they come together and make this really moody, atmospheric, jazzy... you can't even really put into words the genre of Lovage. Just give it a listen. Book of the Month is my song that got me into them, so if you don't know Book of the Month... definitely give it a chance. But yeah, this is a very hard record to find, and I finally own it again. So that's another one where sample issues will probably make it so it won't be repressed. If it will, it'll be super neutered, which is unfortunate. What's the name of the website I got the Roots record from? You Discover. I think it's a Universal Music subsidiary of some kind. Anime, Trauma, and Divorce, Open Mike Eagle. This is Open Mike Eagle's latest record. Another hip-hop artist I'm a big fan of. I have just about everything he's ever done on vinyl. He is extremely introspective and emotional with his lyrics, and his beats are excellent. He's a top-tier MC when it comes to pure ability, and I just love that cover. Everything about this is so cool, and I'm excited to hear it. I haven't heard anything from this, but Gold Panda produced a track, which is very cool. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Open Mic might have been on my albums of the year list, but I didn't hear it because I was waiting for the record, which I know is kind of a clownish move on my part, but that's okay. Thank you, Emily, and thank you, Green Doggo. I appreciate that. All right, only a couple more, guys, and then we've completed the task. God, I'm a sucker for this dang album. Phoebe Bridgers' Punisher. There was another variant that popped up. It's like a blue with swirly silver. I didn't have it, so I almost variant collect. I think this is my third variant for this record. It's pretty good. I like it. You might hear me talk about it on Wednesday's video. Phoebe Bridgers' Punisher. Pretty good. It might make an appearance at some point. Alright, so let's keep going. I didn't order 2 of these, but I just got another copy of Dave's Psychodrama. That must have been a mistake. Very weird. Okay, cool. I guess I have a backup now. Neat. Unexpected. Hey, Lisa, what's going on? All right. We're getting close to the end, guys. I'm excited. I know the end, as my friend Fee says. Yeah, everyone who stayed here the whole time, you're the real MVP. Another ambient record, Music for 9 Postcard by Hiroshi Yoshimura. This is the clear vinyl version. This is an excellent ambient record. And I've heard the pressing is stellar. So if you have not heard Music for 9 Postcards, give it a listen. I think you'll like it if you like ambient. If you don't like ambient, you'll probably hate it. But it's not for me to decide. All right. Are we down to just 2 more? I think we're down to 2 more, guys. Action Bronson. I got the Newberry Comics, limited to 500, only for Dolphins. Now, I have a weird relationship with Action Bronson because his early tapes I am a colossal fan of. I love everything Dr. Lecter, Rare Chandeliers, Blue Chips 1 and 2. His studio albums I don't love as much. So I got this hoping that it's a return to form. I've not heard it yet. I've heard mixed reviews. But I'm taking a chance on Action Bronson because he's extremely talented. I just feel like he lost some of the luster when he signed to a major label. I know it's so lame to say, but his stuff from Mr. Wonderful on is just not as good as the early stuff. Tara Bull asked, do you indulge in video game soundtracks at all? I have literally like a whole cube full of video game soundtracks back there and then some. So yes, I indulge probably too much. All right. Jesus, there's stuff going everywhere. 2 more, I think. Let's open this weird guy. This is a strange one. What's my favorite video game soundtrack? Chrono Trigger or Final Fantasy VII. And I have a Chrono Trigger box set that I showed off in a video about bootlegs I did a couple weeks ago. If you have not seen that, check it out. Alright, this is more strange packaging. I love when people get really creative with packaging records. Let's see. Oh, nice. This was a Reddit pickup. This is the soundtrack to Daredevil, Netflix, on red vinyl. And this is one of my favorite shows of all time. I'm not a huge Marvel guy. I'm not like the guy that's like standing all the Marvel movies, but this show is a masterpiece, largely in part to Vincent D'Onofrio's depiction of Kingpin. But this is such a good show. If you have not watched it and you want to take one thing away from this stream, it's watch that. And I think this might be the last one. I'll do another scan after this, but this might be it, folks. And we still have 258 people here, which is amazing. This is my biggest live stream to date. And the last one is Chon Grow. Chon is a math rock band. They're very talented. I saw them in LA at a tiny club, and they've gotten much bigger since then. But Grow is is probably the best release. And this was a special release they did recently. Actually, I kind of want to see this one in person. I think the color was stunning, if I remember correctly. It says Jessica Jones is the best Marvel Netflix show. Season 1. I've heard Season 1 is excellent, but I heard Season 2 is not as good, and Daredevil is good for all three. So, not as cool as I thought it would be from the mock-up, but still pretty cool. I think the first press with the paint spill is the coolest version of this one, but I do not have that, unfortunately. Alright, let me do a last sweep and just see if I got them all. We did it, guys. We have unboxed the massive unboxing. Thank you guys for joining me for this. We did it. Oh, it's 2 hours, 21 minutes. This is way longer than I thought it was. Last chance for super chats. I'm going to get off in about 2 minutes because I am hungry. Ernie says, thoughts on Avalanche's new album? I don't want to spoil it because I am talking about the Avalanches in the Wednesday video, but I give ample thoughts there, and I hope that you will tune in and watch that. For those that don't know, I have a video coming out Wednesday. It's my top 10 albums of the year, a couple honorable mentions, and some general thoughts about music this year. So I hope you guys will tune in. It's the first official video in this new space. The space is not finished yet. There will be a live stream. Sorry, not a live stream. I'm clearly delusional. There will be a room tour in January. So, show the boxes. I mean, it's like a lot of boxes. It's chaos. It's absolute insanity. But this was fun. This was cool. This is always fun. I'll be doing more live streams that are not 2.5 hours long in the future. But thank you guys for joining me for this. I really appreciate your support. This is a new era for TMR now that I'm in Portland, and I am excited for the stuff I have planned next year. As I mentioned, I am working on a book about collecting vinyl that I hope you guys will enjoy when it's all done. It's a labor of love. It's in progress. And there's some other exciting things I have in the works. So thank you guys again for being a part of this and sticking with me through all these years. And I promise this next year is going to be pretty wild. So look forward to all the surprises I have in store. I hope you guys have a great night. Spin a record that you think I would appreciate. I'm going to listen to Blonde, and I'm going to then listen to Aphex Twin, and then clean up this carnage. So have a great night, guys. Thanks for sticking with me, and we'll talk soon.